Welcome to my podcast, Talk About Everything and All About Nothing. My name is Dana Leggett, and my guest this evening is...
Delta Todd Grant.
What's up, Delta?
Hey, Dana.
And for those who don't know, for those who do know that I grew up in the Trussell, but I had a fabulous little cousin. I thought she was after me. And her name was Delta Todd at the time.
And I was after Dana. I wanted to be just like Dana.
Look, she ain't far off. She ain't far off. I think she deserves her applause. What you think, Peanut?
Give me that. Peanut, the king of hay.
All right, Delta. I brought Delta on because most people hear me talk about Delta in a lot of my episodes, and I know people hear me say, if you ever met her, you would never forget her, and that's exactly what I said. She is a child, well, as a young adult, a young woman. She had already had her kids, but she said the most significant statement to me that I love. And to this day, I said to people, I said, if you fuck with me, you stuck with me.
Yeah, that was a little slogan.
Rep, you're a man in my life. You supposed to be my road dog. You fuck with me. You stuck with me.
That's right. And I still live by that, you know. I got some of my same friends ever since I was a little girl, like me and Crystal. You know me and Crystal?
Yep, I remember Crystal. I seen her recently.
It's nice to have a friend that you can have over 20 years.
Yeah.
You know? It's deep. It's
absolutely,
really deep.
Absolutely.
It is.
Come on, Delta. Tell us what's been going on in your world.
Well, you know, ever since I've been in Asheville about 3 years now.
How did you get to Asheville, may I ask?
Well, let's go back a little bit. You know, I always kept moving and trying to find some place to live other than Mullins. I've been to Vancouver, Washington, Colorado Springs, Colorado. You know, I've been out all over North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. So my husband's brother is in Asheville. Mm-hmm. We've been to visit, and when we went to visit, I mean, I liked it. My brother-in-law was doing really well there.
Okay.
And his kids and all them. So we wanted to try to have a change of pace for our kids. You know, there's nothing really going on in Mullins.
Oh, amen.
Schools, and our kids were struggling. Like once I moved to other places and took my kids to other places, is when I realized how much they were not learning in Mullins.
Yeah.
So my goal after I realized that was to just not have them back here.
Understand.
So, you know, Asheville is getting to be pretty popular. It's a lot of money to be made there, and there's a lot of opportunities for the kids. So with his brother being there, that made it kind of easy to have.
You had some.
Yeah. You know, so I put in my little application. It moved pretty fast, about 3 months. I've been there 3 years now.
No, that's what's up. I'm glad. Because I never did. I always wondered how you had got there. I liked it when you was in Washington. I said I was going to try to make it in my way to get out there just to get there. Because I was like, getting out of South Carolina. But you know me, I will roam in a heartbeat.
I loved it. And that's, you know, I've always been kind of like a nomad.
You have.
I always wanted to just go somewhere else. And once I feel like I'm tired of this place, I'm going to go somewhere else.
I'll go somewhere else. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know, it's not. I always just been a little traveler, a little gypsy spirit or something. Because I don't want to be still. But Asheville, since I started settling there, I said at first I'm going to go here because they got a easy opportunity, easy path to get your Section 8 vouchers.
Wow.
Because after 1 year, you can get it there.
Oh.
Here, it's about a 5-year wait list versus there. So I said I'm going to go there, get on the wait list, get my voucher, and then move back this way just because that was a easy way to get
your voucher.
Right. Get the voucher, get that little, you know, help, basically help. So I got there, Dana, and the people there, they made it easy to love.
Oh, okay.
I had so much help pouring in from all corners, like the kids' schools, churches, the community. I mean, like, it's been tough not having my family there.
Yeah.
It make you homesick. You want somebody you know and love there.
Yeah.
But I can't complain. It's not like I was struggling. It's not like I had to figure out how me and the kids gonna eat, how I'm gonna get this bill paid or nothing like that. All the opportunities, if you want it, they're there.
That's what's up, and that's what. And I'm glad you said that because people, I even on my job, I hear people say there is nothing here, there's nothing here, there's nothing here. I don't believe that because, like I said, I'm not far from home. I live in Lumberton,
right?
But there is jobs.
Yeah, there are jobs.
There are jobs, and there are opportunities
to me,
there too.
The difference to me is, Dana, the jobs that are here, are not careers.
Yeah.
The jobs that are here are fast food and restaurants. Yeah, you can make a career out of it, but the people who can make a career out of it have made a career out of it.
Yes.
And they're not leaving their jobs.
No, they're not.
Because they're not just easy to come by.
Absolutely.
And if it's just like a little gig or part-time, or they want somebody to come get these 40 hours, 9 times out of 10, those jobs go to the teenagers in high school, the single parent who can barely manage that little bit of money. That's and she's local because it's somebody who can walk or who can just make it to work. And the factories are shutting down, and they don't want to pay you what you're worth. They want to give you minimum wage up to about $9 or $10 an hour. In Asheville, you don't find any of the plants paying anybody less than $15 an hour.
That's what's up.
You know? So that's a major difference. Now the price of living is higher, but there are avenues to get affordable housing. You know,
you just got to go out.
You have to want it. If you want it, it's available. It's not going to come to you.
That's right.
That's the only difference. Here, people kind of expect things to come to them,
and
they'll wait on it and wait.
And you
were
so right, and that's the one reason why I would love to come back to Mullins to live. But I could never live here because
not while you have to raise children.
Yeah, not even as an adult. I can't come back even as a grown adult here.
I think, Dana, the only way that I would be content with moving back to Mullins is if I have enough money that me or my children won't have to work anymore.
Yeah,
and that way I have maybe a homestead in Mullins, and a family house. Something to always come back to. But then we would be traveling. It's not like I would come here, live here, and then stay here all year round. I would come here to my little house and travel. So that's like lottery money.
Yeah.
If I don't got lottery money, I'm not moving back.
I know that's right.
So, I mean, that's how I see it.
So how you and your family doing?
We doing good. It's always been a struggle. Being married, ups and downs. But
we were just talking about that before we started recording about you was talking to my daughter about her friend. He want to get married in a year. They ain't been together a whole year.
Yeah.
And you was giving her some advice. What was that advice, Delta?
I'm just gonna tell you what I experienced. I can't really tell you what to do, but what I experienced.
You can always tell somebody about you because you know you.
Right. What I experienced was meeting my husband at a time when I probably was vulnerable. I probably could have used more of my parents and my friends rather than a man, but I wanted somebody to do the time with, And my husband was kind of pressing to get married, and I didn't give myself enough time to learn about this man. Because for me, marriage is such a commitment that you can't break up as soon as they make you mad or do something wrong or, something come up or you do something wrong. I don't think it's something that you want to just easily run away from or be a divorcee and all that kind of stuff. But if you rush, you don't know what kind of person this is. What I had to do was learn my husband because I rushed it. He asked me to marry him, and I felt like at the time I'm supposed to be married by now. I'm in a house with I got this house full of kids. They need a father in their life. I should be somebody's wife. I know I got what it takes to be a good wife. Mm-hmm. But what I didn't have was the wisdom
or the discernment to know.
Right. To know the responsibility of having a husband.
Yeah.
It's very much like having children. That you kind of responsible to these people and for these people. So you want to make sure that you don't put yourself in a difficult situation with a person that you don't really know. It takes time to know a person. And a year, probably not enough time. 2 or 3 years. By then, if you know, you know. And even some people need more time.
Yeah.
My sister took 10 years before she married her husband. They were together 10 whole years.
10 years.
Before they got married. And
me and Marcus was too.
Yeah.
We was together 10 years.
And once you get that kind of time in, you pretty much got a great shot of making your marriage last. You know this person. Y'all know each other. it's not really a lot of secrets or a lot of learning that you have to do with this person.
Yeah.
But in a year, you know, basically you know what kind of movies he like and what kind of foods he like, but you don't know how his temper is when he's under pressure. You don't know
these pop-up friends or pop-up cousins.
Right. And all that kind of, I mean, it's buku stuff. We can go on and on about this for days.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you need any advice, my advice would be to take your time.
Definitely.
You know, don't let anybody rush you into marriage until you know for sure. You know,
see that wisdom. That's that lesson God vote wisdom flowing. Y'all feel that flow? I feel it.
From my grandma, I have to talk about my grandma all the time. And I tell people all the time how my grandma was. My grandma was with her husband from to the day he died.
Yep.
I mean, I ain't never seen them break up and daddy go somewhere else and that. No, I ain't never seen none of that.
Go somewhere outside of that car.
Right. In the car and sleep in the yard and sleep under the tree.
In the back behind the tree.
Right. In the woods a little bit and then come back to the house by the time the food get ready.
But he didn't leave nowhere. Right. He didn't go anywhere.
And she didn't either. And that's what I felt like I want. That was the important thing that I saw that I wanted in my marriage. Me and my husband been through our little trials and tribulations, and nobody's perfect. And the one thing I always can't, no, and nobody can't change your mind on that. Even your mama, your daddy, your best friends, nobody. But what I had to learn was how to communicate with him and stay, even when everything is telling me to leave. To give it a chance to talk it out and just go through these things together, because once you go through it together, you know, when you come out on the other end, you're both stronger.
Yeah.
You both learned something. You know, and that's where we're finally getting. And that's what I learned from Ned and Daddy all those years.
Yeah.
Watching Ned and Daddy. I mean, Ned, she'd get up in the morning before the crack of dawn, cook, feed all the kids, sometimes barely have something for herself. Clean up the house, raise a little bit of sand, cuss Daddy out. He go outside with a smile on his face, cigarette. Hey, Spoke, come here, girls. I'm gonna tell you about my baby Betty. Get us riled up. And I mean, and guess what? By the time he get back in the house,
it's all great.
It's all good.
Y'all better be quiet.
You can't even tell she just cussed him out for here to marry. You can't, you know. And I mean,
and that got his coffee, and his bread on the table,
right? And she still got him covered. It's love.
Yeah,
I always wanted to have that everlasting love. You know,
that's definitely what that was for us. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Say they didn't grow up, their mom and dad, but we
my
grew
mom
up
and dad
watching.
were divorced, but I seen it firsthand from Ned and Daddy.
Yes, that's why so we saw it every day.
For us, I mean,
that was our parents,
right? That's as good as seeing it in your mom and daddy, because we was there every day.
Every day, we were raised in the trust.
My grandmother was a homemaker. That was her job,
and a child raiser. She made it from the big house to the trailer, even when she moved into Mickey little house. She made that a home everywhere she went. Yeah.
You know, everybody felt welcome. You coming in, you halfway expecting some food when you hit the door. You might even get you a little salsa and a cup of coffee if you're lucky.
Yeah. She raised up some kids. A lot of kids.
Yeah, she
raised all the kids. And had me right there helping her.
So, oh God, I'm so glad when I aged out.
What?
You have to age out.
You got to age out on that.
You got to age out.
I think I was probably the last one that had to keep all the kids though.
I think you was too. I don't think it was nobody after behind you.
Monique did try to keep Cheryl kids a summer maybe after I quit keeping kids, but.
Would you have probably aged out or something?
Yeah.
Girl, I didn't.
I finally decided like I'm gonna do something else with my summer, and then I ended up getting shipped to North Carolina to babysit my other auntie kids, other side of the family. So you know.
Well, yeah, I aged out. Then I ended up having my own kids, and so I know how it is.
You know what? I don't.
I foolishly got married. Somebody should stop me, trip me up, and did something. I'm mad at all y'all bitches for that.
Okay. We was excited. It was about to be a wedding. We was just excited. We ain't know no better. You know we ain't know no better. But